All right, so let's stay on this subject matter. Adib Saani is a security analyst and the executive director at the JTK Center for Human Security and Peace Building. He's joined us via Zoom. Adib, good evening. Thank you for your time. To start with, from what the police is saying, we actually should be commending the driver of the truck and the police escort for the evacuation announcement they made before the explosion. Some are saying that they already are taking themselves or absorbing themselves of blame. How do you read this?
Well, you see, in crisis management, the way you craft and disseminate information is critical. You don't say certain things that has certain implications, and one of those could be perhaps prejudicial to an investigation that is even yet to start in the first place. Everybody, including the minority caucus in Parliament, is calling for an impartial, timely, and of course, transparent investigation into the matter. I don't have any issue giving praise to Caesar where he's due and to God where he's due. However, we are yet to commence investigation. So ACP Kwesi Ofori is in no position to say emphatically that all the proper procedures were followed. The fact that you had an escort doesn't necessarily mean all the proper procedures were followed. I mean, if what he said about the driver and the police officer in the escort vehicle is anything to go by, I think it's commendable, and we have to praise them. However, we need to be circumspect so as not to get the public to already start casting doubts about the transparency of the investigation yet to be started. So for me, I think it's a bit too premature, and the ACP, my very good friend, would have to hold his ground.
And what would your advice be to, the other agencies that we're told are involved? The company in question, we are told, has issued a statement saying that they actually have done this over the years and it was by dint of an accident that this happened. And then the police service saying that they had provided the right escort. How do we approach this so we do not start pointing fingers the wrong way, even before we get to the bottom of investigations?
Okay, so I think that there's an attempt to dodge the bullets before even the gun is fired. What would bring closure to all of this is for a thorough investigation to be conducted. And in transporting explosives, it's just like owning a gun. There's nothing like accidents. It is negligence, unless it's a natural disaster which man cannot control. So it is up to government to put together that team that would look.
But you believe this could not be a mere accident? Couldn't be a force majeure, an act of nature?
No. Force majeure is something that is natural. I don't think this was natural. Okay, we understand, and that's the information going around. Okay, that the vehicle was crossed by a motorbike. Okay, so all of these can come into brighter light when the investigation is conducted. And like I indicated, it has to start from the very top of the chain to the very bottom, including government agencies, including the EPA, the Minerals Commission, because under the law, the vehicle is supposed to be accompanied by an explosives expert. Was this done? Even if you are going into populated area with such what do you call it, luggage or haulage, you have to seek the appropriate permission. Was this done? So all of it would have to be looked at closely, rather than the attempt to, as it were, deflect blame before even the investigation starts.
All right. Thank you so much, Adib, security consultant. We certainly will keep an eye on this development and follow the investigations keenly as and when they commence. This is still News at 10 on TV3. We shift our attention to news we got this evening. Government has reversed the academic calendar for basic schools to JHS to the trimester system from the semester system that they had proposed. The reversed decision follows protests by various stakeholders claiming that they were not consulted before the introduction of the policy. If you go to 3news.com, you get details of this full statement there and get to know why government says it is reversing this decision. They said it was after some consultation and following advice from key stakeholders. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Youth and Sports met with the Ghana Football Association on Friday to discuss the